What up, everybody? This is DJ Marcus J, aka Mr. Block Party, and I'm here for another episode of the Metaversal Mindset Podcast. What up, everybody? This is DJ Marcus J, aka Mr. Block Party, and I am here for another episode of the Metaversal Mindset Podcast. And today I am joined by another innovator here in the VR/Metaverse space. This person does events. This person has I'm just going to say something related to gaming. We're going to come back to that. They have a ton of things going on. And you all know, if you heard this show before, I let the guests introduce themselves. That way, if they miss something, it's their fault, not mine. But today, I am joined by the one and only Icecoldstaxx. Staxx, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
No problem at all. And this is long overdue. I should have done this a long time ago. This was long overdue. And I'll tell you a couple of reasons why here soon. But Staxx, can you do me a favor? Introduce yourself to the people.
Well, I'm Icecoldstaxx. I have been in the Metaverse for a little over 2 years. I initially came on here because I like to play shooting games and, the normal things I thought that I would be doing in the headset until I started venturing around outside of things like Arena Clash. And I was like, hold on, they got clubs in here? People are DJing? Like, all the things that I'm actually interested in doing outside of here, I'm now doing it within the Metaverse. And I said, what can I actually bring to this space that they don't already have? You guys did not have a casino in the Metaverse, not in Horizon Worlds. You had to go to, it's a whole nother game in order to gamble. And it wasn't like, I didn't really feel welcome that much there. So I didn't really go in there that much. So I came inside of Horizon. I found someone that basically seen my whole vision and made my casino for me to my specifications. Shout out Dunder Builds. He also taught me how to build. I took building classes with him, so he's a great teacher if anybody is interested in that. I ended up, trying to go to Black Magic in here, and I love to see people perform and sing and, whatever they're showcasing for talent-wise. I did not like the crowd and how they would react to people because it takes a lot of courage for anybody to get on stage and perform anything. I said, I want to have a safer space for them to be able to do that. Hence the lounge area. I started just opening it up for them. Now I have a residency where I have people that actually tell me they want to choose a day to perform. We go ahead and just get that settled for them, and that's how that came about.
Well, you kind of already segued into one of the things that we were going to talk about here, and that's definitely your casino. So before we go too far, can you tell the people the name of your casino and what they can expect when they show up?
It is definitely Ice House Casino and Lounge. And since I'm from Las Vegas, it's also known as #MetaVegas. Once you show up here, you're going to actually just enjoy the vibe. It's always a vibe. It's always friendly, pleasant. I don't deal with nobody coming there acting crazy. So you're going to be welcome. I like to welcome every person that comes in, because who am I to not, to treat somebody a certain kind of way when they come into my spot? Anybody that comes in, I always just try to be friendly and welcoming. Let me see.
I like that. Now, I've had a chance to be... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
I was going to say, I started venturing, doing other things in the Metaverse outside of the casino and lounge area. I started a movie group over in VR Chat. It is called the VCR Vault Society, where we
Wait a second. Oh, we're not going to go too far. We don't want to give them too much too early. You're going to have to stick around to hear about this one. You're going to have to keep listening to hear about that. You got to build it. Got to build it up, the suspense.
Okay. I be just releasing certain stuff. Otherwise, I ain't going to release it. Also,
No, I
just
no.
go. I do BYBO events with Ty Skyy the DJ as well. I ain't gonna say anything
Shout out.
else until we get there.
Salute to Ty Skyy. No, we're definitely going to talk about B.Y.O.B events because they're doing big thing with that. They've had a couple events they've thrown off of that, and they all have been successful. So we're going to definitely talk about that. And Austin, I love the worlds that they throw them in. And if you haven't, feel free to go over and shoot pool. It's an inside joke because you was falling through the world one time, but Ty fixed that. So, but anyway. So let's talk a little bit about the casino a little bit more. So, like, I'm somebody frequent in Vegas my fair share of times. I know exactly what the vibe is there. And I did notice when I came into your casino, it's that same type of vibe. You have your gaming area over here. You got your lounge upstairs. You got your bars over here. I mean, it's really set up to kind of to remind you of Vegas. And I didn't know that you were from Vegas. So now I'm like, makes sense.
Yep.
Makes sense. So makes sense. So I know you have a residency program associated with the casino. And you did mention it, but let's talk about it a little bit more. Because I know recently I saw a post here and there was a whole lineup of either people who have performed or maybe are upcoming. I'm not sure. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? And some of the names that you've had come through.
Yeah, that is basically everyone that is currently on the roster was in that recent video, with the exception of the 4 people that just signed on after seeing the video. So we're going to welcome in. We're going to welcome in Cosmic Kai. And
shout out to Kai.
I'm going to leave them as a surprise because, you know.
Yeah, again, we got to build a suspense. We can't give you too much. Yep. Can't give you too much early. So, no, I was impressed with the lineup. There's a variance in the lineup. It's not like it's people, you don't have like all hip hop. You don't have all R&B. You have a variance when it comes to different genres. So I do love that as far as that.
I love all genres of music. I just can't deal with a lot of yodeling. But outside of that, all genres are welcome. We are not just, a lot of people thought we only did rap and R&B. We do everything. So you want to bring something. We even do comedians. Like whatever talent you have that you want to showcase, all you have to do is DM me.
Forgive me. For those of you, if you're watching this on video and you see me do this, it means I went on mute. I'm not going to say why I went on mute, but I went on mute. Sorry, I want to get myself together here for a second. Just anyway. All right. So Staxx, when it comes to the casino, I've had a chance to actually see a few performers in there. And I got to say, shout out to my brother, Pardon. Pardon went, and I saw his residency there. It's an amazing. For those who don't know, if you think of a Vegas residency, you have an artist who comes through, they have their set day, they have their set time, and they perform however they perform. So I do encourage everybody that's out there, please, if you get a chance to stop in the headset, even if you don't want to go to the casino to play the games, I encourage you, bare minimum, stop up in there and make sure you check out the lounge for sure. And about that residency program, I do have a question for you. Like I saw all kind of talent on there, all kind of heat on there. Why were there no DJs?
See, this is something in the works, and I don't want to ruin that. But definitely, you will be getting a DM from me. I'll even name some other DJs. Blade Relic will definitely get a DM from me.
Shout out to Blade, all Space Fam.
Of course.
Shout out to my brother Ty.
One of my other favorites, Underboss. So
Underboss.
Definitely in my mind when I have this event that I'm going to pitch to you. So that's all I'll say.
I got to show love to the DJs no matter what. Well, again, like I said, if you haven't, in Horizon Worlds, please make sure you get a chance and you stop into Icecoldstaxx Casino.
And
hosted,
lounge,
built, I'm sorry, in Lounge. I got to make sure I say the full name. Built by, curated, hosted by Icecoldstaxx here. And I just mentioned a couple different titles for you, but there's a title that I want to say before we go any further. And it's not even a reference to you directly as far as your endeavors, but kind of indirectly. And that is the support from you. In these metaverse streets, we always say that, look, there's nobody who does anything by themselves. It takes a lot of people around you to do whatever. And I have to personally say a huge thank you to you, Staxx. If I put a post out, an event, whatever the case may be, maybe me wiping a booger off my avatar's nose. Who knows? Whatever the case may be. Shout out to Staxx. I look up as soon as she sees it, she's reposting it. And like she was doing that for a long time. It's not like she just started doing this. Staxx has been doing this for a minute. So I got to say a huge thank you when it comes to that support.
Yeah, I just want to say it takes nothing to just see something. You see someone definitely wants you to share with other people that they may not be friends with. They may not be in a network. It takes a few seconds to just repost it. You know, you never know. Somebody might see it and be like, hey, I'm kind of interested in doing whatever their focus is. I want to go ahead and find out more about it. So I just go ahead and repost it. It takes a second. It's no time at all. I'm going to watch it anyway. So why not?
As I like to say, there's a lot of people inside VR who we definitely want to make sure that we go ahead and spread out to others what we do. And I'm like, the easiest way to do it is just do repost. Literally, if you're watching a video, one thumb motion. You're watching it, one thumb motion, middle of the video. The video doesn't even stop, just one thumb motion. Keep going. But that's a whole nother story. Now, you mentioned my brother, Ty Skyy the DJ. And you also mentioned B.Y.O.B events. Let's talk a little bit more about that and let the people know about the amazing stuff that you all do with B.Y.O.B.
Well, B.Y.O.B is one way that we can kind of get sponsored performances because of some, in the metaverse, everyone doesn't always get paid. So we like to make sure the artists get paid. We helped E-Class actually get her album out. that was really dope.
Shout out to E-Class, lady.
Whatever they have planned to do with their music, because a lot of them don't have produced beats. They don't have a producer on their tracks. They need to actually pay to get that done. So we like to just make sure the artists get paid fairly. We like to make sure, every person that's involved, whether it's beneficial recording, gets paid properly. So that's where all those sponsorships and everything goes to for that.
But yes, and the B.Y. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I want to cut you off.
Someone asked me, like, why is it B.Y.O.B? I was like, the B is the last B is basically like just open. It started off because we wanted to do a pool party as a networking event to get, because we still wanted to network within the space, but not where it was the feeling of going and sitting in the classroom and just listening to people talk. Mm-hmm. This way it's more fun. You got a DJ playing in the background. People were still able to network like, oh, I do this over in Banter. I do this over in Horizon. And it was really dope. So it was supposed to be bring your own bikini. Then it ended up to bring your own beer, bring your own buddy, bring your own banter person. Like it was just open. Really.
Whatever it was for the day it felt.
Yep.
No, those are some amazing events. They take place here. Or I should say, correction, they take place in VR chat. Let me make sure I say the right platform. The last couple that I've been to, I'm saying like a mini mansion type setup, pool there. Pool table, that type thing. So there's games. And as you said, it's a networking event. You see different people coming together, kind of talking. There's performances that go on, a couple live performances. They normally have a host or two who, curates everything and keeps everything moving during the performances. And it's just an amazing party. And another key thing I love about it is I mentioned it's a pool party. And you can actually be in the pool. And then there's a glass. And you can actually look through while you're in the pool and you're watching a performance. So it's a really slick setup for that. So I do like that. Shout out to you and shout out to my brother Ty Skyy the DJ. So, and speaking of B.Y.O.B, if you can tell, when is your next event?
Our next event is going to be February 19th. We are still taking sponsorships for it. It's going to be called the Love Server. You will be seeing the flyers out soon. We have performances by Ramrock, Mike Lowry.
Shout out to Ram. Shout out to Mike. Oh, y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble.
Yep.
Y'all in trouble when it comes to that performance. Oh, my goodness. I was about to say something, but I'm not going to say what I was about to say. But let's just say that's trouble. Shout out to the three of them, all doing things big up here in VR.
Yep.
Let's see. So we've talked a little bit about the casino. We've talked about BYOB events. And I said, that's not the only type of events that you do. But I notice all the stuff you do is all based around entertainment, and that's cool. You stay. I don't want to say you stay in your lane, but you're not spreading yourself too far. You pretty much everybody knows when it comes to you, there's going to be something entertainment involved. So, me being the age that I am, I don't call them old school movies. I mean, these are movies that I grew up on, right? Like I remember when this movie came out, when that movie came out. But for some people in the headset, they may be old school movies. Maybe something that you have to dig into a vault to pull out, so to say. So Staxx, can you tell the people about the VCR Vault Society?
Yeah.
Wait. No, we're not booing. My avatar. No, we're not booing the Vault Society. We're not booing the Vault Society. I got a soundboard here that I bumped by accident. Yeah, we're not booing the Vault Society. My fault.
Okay. We actually do VCR Vault Society every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. We normally pick a 80s movie. We're in the 80s right now. So we pick a movie from the 80s and we, watch it. Normally when we're in there, the group still be wanting to go and I'm just sitting there sometimes like, damn, I'm sleepy. But I'll go ahead and pick another movie and I'll try and just stay up. But I'm not doing 3 movies again like that one week. I'm not going to do it. So, but, it's just people getting together that likes the movies from the 80s. Because to me, that was one of the, those were the years where movies were movies. Movies were good. A lot of movies made back then would probably not be accepted right now.
As I say, seriously. PC, it may not fly. Yeah, some of the stuff that you had, it may not fly. Not, won't fly. Won't fly, point blank. Won't fly. It won't fly. But no, I know what the boss, like I said, I haven't had a chance to make one of the events yet, but I've known some of the movies that you've had on there, and I'm like, oh, each time you definitely come with some heat. Come with some heat with the movies each time.
Next so when Tuesday, it comes to Poltergeist and Short Circuit, so
you just heard it from her right there. Look, if you're looking for something to do on a Tuesday night, even if you're not in VR, you can still tap in on your computer. You can tap in on your phone, and you can still see what's going on with the party there. So,
oh yeah, also join the group. Join the group in VR chat, VCR Vault Society.
You know what? I need to do that myself. Thank you for that reminder. When I'm editing this, it will remind me to do it then. But yeah, thank you for that one. Definitely thank you for that one. All right. So we've covered a couple topics that, I've asked you about, and I've come up with a couple things. So I'm going to ask you to tell the people a little about maybe some upcoming things. Now, I don't want you to go into nothing they're not supposed to know. I'm not going to ask you to do that. Actually, before we go into that, I have a different question for you.
Okay.
Because I want to hold that question because I don't want to give too much to the people. What keeps inspiring you to do what you do here in the metaverse? Now that you've been here for a couple of years.
You have to realize in here in this space, the possibilities are kind of endless. In the real world, things are kind of limited to certain things, but in here, it's endless. There's nothing you can't learn. There's nothing that you can't, basically get done in here. And the high over cost of doing it like you would have in the real world, you don't have that. So there's no reason to not push myself further.
Look, that's true words. As I tell people, I always use Cosmic Kai as an example. There was a concert that he was a part of, and he came out on his first song performing in a flying saucer flying over the crowd. If you try to do that outside the headset, I can't even imagine how much it would cost to do something like that. From the labor to build it, to run it, the insurance, just that alone. Like I couldn't even imagine what something like that would cost to do that IRL. But in the headset, give it less than an hour, you got to find saucer flying over for a concert.
Mm-hmm.
Something I tell people you should always consider when it comes to your performances and such. Peek into here in the metaverse, peek in the VR, peep in the AR, peep in the XR, see what's happening in these platforms and see what we're doing.
Yeah.
All right, so Staxx. So I'm going to ask you this one here. Let's tell the people a little bit about what you may have coming up. But again, don't give too much.
Oh, man. Let's see here. I got a lot of different newer type of artists that'll be joining the residency program. I don't want to release their names yet, but you will be seeing them soon, probably in February, but at the latest March. Oh man, March is a big month. It's also going to be a big month for crypto. So I'm going to definitely be reaching out to City Girl around March because I'm not going to say that.
Don't,
that's
like
enough.
I said, nope.
That's enough.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's enough.
Yeah, don't, like I said, don't give anything away. I'm not asking to do that, so. Yeah, not asking that at all.
Spoilers. That's enough of a spoiler. Big things in crypto in here. Big things with the residencies. Even bigger things with B.Y.O.B. also in March. Because it's not going to be just one event a month. It's going to be 2 events. It's going to be an event every month instead of one event every 2 months. And one of those events will not have musical performances. So that's enough of a spoiler on that. Shout out Ty Skyy the DJ.
Oh, I can guess. Maybe. We'll talk off camera. Shout out to Ty. Shout out to my brother Ty. Ty, keep doing what you're doing. Ty. All right. Well, do you have anything else that you want to share with the people before we get up out of here?
Let's see here. I think I've shared everything that I can share with you as of now. But there is an app called B.O.B Karaoke. If you are one of the people that's in here and you like to do open mics and karaoke, you might want to take a look into that app. That's all I'll say about that one as well.
Bot Karaoke.
B.O.B. B.O.P. Karaoke.
Oh, V.O.P.
B is in boy.
Voiceover. Okay. Never mind. Oh, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about that off camera too.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna have, there'll be another episode that will not be recorded afterwards because there's a couple of things that I already know that Staxx is hinted to that I think I already know what she means. So, and if you out there, if you're in the space too, you may be able to connect some of those dots as well. So I always love building with people that's on the move, that's always trying to innovate and keep stuff pushing forward. So shout out to you, Staxx. Shout out to Ty Skyy. Matter of fact, we'll probably have to bring you all on here at some point, the 2 of you on here for B.Y.O.B. Yeah, we can do maybe something about B.Y.O.B. And probably even bring maybe some of your artists, some of the people that have come through and graced the stage. So we can do one of those type things. Yeah, we'll just make it a B.Y.O.B. episode.
They would love that.
I think that'll be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, yeah, one more
Last
thing.
question.
ISPH to the moon. Please. That's it.
You heard her. Pay attention.
ISPH to the moon. Let's go.
Pay attention. Staxx, I want to ask you, let the people know where they can find you. They want to get in touch with you. They got questions, whatever the case may be. What's the best way for them to find you?
The best way to find me is on Instagram, because normally if I'm in the headset, I'm probably in build mode. So, or I'm probably over there in VR chat just chilling. If you see me in VR chat and I'm just chilling, I'm on blue, you can go ahead and, join on me or whatever and talk to me about whatever. However, the best way to contact me is my DMs on Instagram. You can reach me at Ice House Casino and Lounge or at Icecoldstaxx, either one.
And for those who may want to reach her on Icecoldstaxx, it is ICECOLDSTAXX. And actually, I learned a fun story where the Staxx part came from. But we're not going to talk about that. So, but again, Icecoldstaxx, I truly thank you for coming through and sitting down with us here on the Metaversal Mindset Podcast. Thank you for all you do in the community. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep innovating. And we'll be blessed, like I said, if we can get you and Ty and some of your artists to come on the show here at a later date. We can figure something out and definitely look to vibe and have you tell more about what you do at B.Y.O.B.
Dope. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, no problem at all. Thank you for being here. And thank you to all of you out there that watch and support. Shout out to the entire Mr. Block Party radio team. Thank you all for all of your help and support and everything that you all do. My name is DJ Marcus J, aka Mr. Block Party, and this was another episode of the Metaversal Mindset Podcast. Peace. What up, everybody? This is DJ Marcus J, aka Mr. Block Party. And I'm here for another episode of the Metaversal Mindset Podcast.